On the floor here at Wells Fargo Arena, maxing and relaxing in some comfortable courtside chairs. David Kelly along with longtime Arizona Wildcats beat writer Steve Rivera after a 94-82 win by the Cats over the Sun Devils. The first win here, Steve, in Tempe in 3 seasons. And the thing that stood out to me in this game was the consistency of the Arizona Wildcats. They just played the same kind of basketball the entire game. They got down by 9 early, but they stayed with what they do, their game plan defensively and both offensively, and eventually a hot shooting Arizona State team cooled down in the second half, and the Wildcats got hot and were able to win this game.
Well, a couple things. You're right. Their defense improved in that stretch where they needed it to improve, and in the second half, Arizona slowly pulled away in a kind of chaotic game. It's weird that you say that. They hadn't won here in a while, and all of a sudden, with better teams, they brought better teams in here than this one, and found a way this year to do it. It's a nice comfort level they have.
13-1 is this team. A couple of weeks ago, you said you weren't sure what this team was. Do you have a better idea now what you think this team is after obviously just one of 18 conference games that they're going to have to play?
It's hard to judge on the first game of the Pac-10 conference, Pac-12 conference, excuse me, but they've improved a lot since that. I think the addition of Tarczewski has helped give them some more confidence, and he played a surprising 15 minutes and was pretty effective, which is a good sign down the road.
Nothing wrong with Caleb being back, but what I really like is what I'm seeing from Dusan Ristics. I mean, he is becoming a situation down on the low block where he demands a double team because he is beating guys to the left, he is beating guys to the right, and when I want to go back to a play in the UNLV game that I thought really stood out to me where they tried to double team him and immediately he fed it back out to Alonzo that hit a three-pointer. When you've got guys like Alonzo and Gabe who can knock down threes, it makes Dusan even better on that low block.
Yeah, I don't think his offense has ever been questioned because he has those small or those nice moves near the basket. He's got that European feel to him. Defensively is the question, but with the addition of Tarczewski coming back, that'll help on that end near the basket.
Gabe York got hot in the second half, much like he did at Gonzaga. Mm-hmm. Is he a high-level Pac-12 player, do you believe?
He's in the mix of a top 8. And when he looks like this, like he did today, he's in the top 5. But he doesn't always look like this. I think in the pressure-packed situation that it was, he kind of thrives in it, and he's done it again, like you said, the Gonzaga game.
There's one thing maybe, I guess, negatively that stood out to me is they still have some trouble guarding guys that drive to the basket. We saw Trey Holder and some of these other guys really get to the basket. So defensively, that's something I think that's going to have to get better with this club.
Earlier this week, Sean Miller said that they need to get better defensively, and there's no question. You are half the season still to play, and a lot of room to improve on that end.
The point guards, obviously Kadeem Allen continues to kind of be the primary guy. Parker, it was great to see him hit that shot because he was struggling, made a big 3 in this ball game. How much more do you think they're going to need from Parker going forward offensively, or can he be a guy that just kind of comes in and facilitates for others and doesn't necessarily have to score for this team to be effective?
I think that's the key. There's a second part to it. He's not going to have to score a lot. Just do the things that he does, get to the basket, have a few assists. But Kadeem Allen is their point guard. He scored 10 points today, kind of fluidly, effortlessly. So we'll see what happens with him. But I think it's Allen for most of the minutes and PJ for sort of the rest of them.
Sean Miller said in his press conference this week it's going to be tough to win on the road in this conference. We've seen some games already. Utah lost at Stanford, a ranked team. UCLA lost on the road. My Trojans, in fact, were the only team that won a road game, shockingly and surprisingly. What do you make, I guess, just from what you saw in the non-conference about how this thing is going to shake out?
No question. I think this year, more than any in the last 10 years, is going to be tough to win on the road. It's survival when you're on the road. This is a huge win. People don't know how tough they are to beat here. Yeah. And just over the last 3 years, they're very tough to beat here. So this is a huge win. They go for 2 more coming up. Those are not going to be easy against your Trojans and the Bruins, who play well at home. If you can survive this 3-game road trip, you're going to be okay.
This is a rivalry, but do you think it can be a bigger rivalry with Bobby Hurley and what we saw, the emotion we saw from him here today?
No question. You already love it. 2 guards going at it, intense guards. Yeah. We already know that Sean,
East Coast guys.
East Coast guys. Sean's a heck of an intense guy. You just saw what Hurley went through with his technicals. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
All right, 94-82, your final here today. The Wildcats winning. Steve, as always, I appreciate you joining me.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, always, we will have continuing coverage right here at TucsonNewsNow.com of Arizona Wildcats basketball.